Hi, I'm Nina. Welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I am making spaghetti and clams, pasta alla vongole. This takes just a few moments to make. So while I have time, I thought I would go over clams with you. These are little necks, and I bought 30. And some of them are not going to be able to work out. So this gives me a cup and a half of clams and their juices. And what I do is I bring the clams home. Now you can find some fishmongers that will open the clams for you, but I like to do it myself. However, they can be tough little buggers sometimes, and they don't want to open. So what I do is I put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes. So before we start, I wanted to talk about clams because there's a lot of different kinds of clams to choose from. In New England, they have soft shelled clams. Those are great for clam boils, but I wouldn't use them for spaghetti and clams. Instead, you want a hard shelled clam. These are little necks. You can get little necks or cherry stones. The really big guys, they call them chowder clams or quahogs. Those are delicious too, but you would have to cut those up. All of that variety, every one that I mentioned, they have a lot of juice, they have a lot of sweet meat, and they're tender, except for the quahogs. So I just wanted to go over, clams live in sand, and so when I get them home, what I do is I scrub them. Then I look at them all. If they have a broken shell like this, you discard it. If they're open, you throw that out. If you put them in a pot with water, for example, if you're making a clam boil and they don't open, you throw those out as well. But otherwise, you can put them in salty, cold water and let them sit there for about an hour or so, and they will gently open, and they're bivalves, so they will take in the salt water that you've given them and spit out their sand. I go to a purveyor where I've never gotten a sandy clam from him, so I'm happy with these. So what I do is I put them in my freezer for just a short amount of time, maybe 30 minutes, and they kind of go to sleep. Now this guy was closed a little while ago, but now he's made it very easy for me to open it. I could have a smaller knife here, but hey, you know, when you're the littlest one in the kitchen, you carry the biggest knife, right? And there's a little muscle on either side of the clam, so I'm cutting that muscle out. Keeping the juices, you want that juice. Okay, so let me show you how to properly open a clam. Now, they sell Kevlar gloves. They also sell oyster gloves where you will absolutely not cut through. I use, actually I don't use anything, but for today, I will use a towel, a clean towel, and what you do is you place the clam. As you can see, it's got a shorter side, and then it sort of grows out long ways. So this longer edge goes towards your pinky. The clam goes into the crook of your hand between your thumb and index finger. The longer part of the clam goes towards your pinky, and the short edge right here is tucked into your thumb. Now, this clam, the reason I'm showing this to you is because this is the clam's joke on us. Watch what happens. I open it up, and you kind of go anywhere that you can to get in there. But the two muscles are on the sides of the clam. So you go in, you cut the muscle on the side, cut the muscle on the other side, and then you open it, and look at this guy. He's all sand. So we got skunked on that one. But, you know, that's okay. That's part of, you can see the mud that they live in, huh? Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. So some clams will be full of mud and you don't get a clam, and but most of them are alive and happy, and here's what we do with them. This dish is so simple. I only use 4 ingredients, well, I guess 5 including the olive oil. For this one, I use an extra virgin olive oil, medium-sized pan. In the bottom of the pan, you throw the oil in there, and we like a little red pepper and some garlic slices. This will take about 2 minutes, and then after that, I just put some clams in, sprinkle a little parsley on top of that. In the meantime, the pasta is cooking. So this dish goes together so fast because all that you need to do is just heat the clams through. As soon as they're heated through, they're done. Do not do it on a high heat. Some parsley so that when we finish the dish, it can be finished with parsley. These stems are very tiny, and you could use those in your dish as well. And you know, I've seen people add other things to this dish: wine, oregano, other vegetables, but you really don't need to. If you have good, fresh, cold water, sweet clams, the more that you add to it, the more it takes away from the deliciousness of the clams. So as long as you have good, healthy, clean clams, this dish is just one of the best pasta dishes that I know of, and so simple, so delicious. Well, it looks like this is getting softer. The garlic is fragrant and it is soft right now. You don't want this garlic to brown. You just want it to flavor the oil, and I'm keeping it in there rather than putting a whole clove in and then pulling it out. I'm keeping these pieces in there because it's just more additional flavor to this dish. But now it's nice and soft. It's not browned, as you can see. And all that happens now is the clams go in. And the parsley. And the reason for the parsley going in now is because the clams don't cook. You don't boil them. All that you do is heat this through, and this is ready for your pasta. Smells so good. So simple, and one of the best pasta dishes that I can think of. Serve this to me anytime, I'm happy. Well, the pasta is ready. The clams are ready. It smells like the ocean in here. It smells so good. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll just put this right into these clams. Dripping wet pasta. Do not, let me turn that off. Do not break your pasta before you boil it. Do not put oil in the pan. If you put oil in the pan, it doesn't want to, the pasta doesn't want to stick to anything. And one reason for keeping the starch on the pasta is so that it does stay on your sauces. So that looks perfect. Now I'm just going to put this into a serving dish. And there it is. It takes just a few moments, but that is spaghetti with clams, or in this case, I used linguine. Get a little bit of this juice. And a little pepper. If you've never made spaghetti and clams, you won't be sorry. This is so delicious. Perfect. The saltiness of the clams. I'm gonna dig into this juice as soon as as soon as we close here. But please try this. It's just fabulous. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again, hopefully, on Nina in the Kitchen. Please like and subscribe. Bye, guys.